Hi, I'm Daniel Foley from Foley Health and Fitness. In this video, we're going to talk about stretching. We're going to talk about the importance of stretching, when and why to do it, and those types of things. So, we all know we need to stretch, but one of the things we always talk about is that flexibility and strength, they have to stay balanced together. A lot of times we get imbalance in that we get too much emphasis on stretching and we get very flexible, but we lack the strength, which a lot of times can actually lead to joint pain because when I'm more flexible than I am strong, now I can get into positions that maybe I don't have the strength to support and to get in and out of very effectively. So sometimes that can lead to joint pain. By the same token, when I get stronger without an increase in flexibility, I'm also setting myself up for some potential chronic joint pain as well. So what we like to do when it comes to stretching, kind of two different forms. We talk about mobility, which is kind of a dynamic form of stretching where we're moving in and out of movements and we're increasing our range of motion through movement, which is one form. And then the other form is more of a static stretching, kind of the traditional stretching where you're just holding a stretch and trying to work on the end range of motion in a stretch. So here's the way that we like to do it typically. We like to do mobility at the start of the session, kind of in the early part of the day or at the very start of a session as a warm-up to kind of get the body open, get the body moving, get the blood flowing in the body. We like to use mobilities. We have what we call a daily mobility routine that we do every day. It's about a 5 to 10 minute routine that we do as a warm-up for the workouts or as in the morning to get your body warmed up for the day. And this involves just a series of movements that you go through. They take you through some flexibility exercises, that you're going through some ranges of motion, but the goal is to increase better movement. Now we always talk about mobility. What is the formula for mobility? It's going to be, first of all, you need coordination, you need flexibility, and you need strength. And when you combine those three things together, typically that produces better mobility or movement. Now notice that one of those factors in that formula is flexibility. So we like to do regular static stretching, regular just stretching like most people would think of it, where you get to the end range of motion and you just hold it. So I'm pulling my leg back and I'm just going to hold it in that position and let it stretch. We like to use traditional static stretching either in the evening or at the end of a workout. I want to think of it this way. When you go through your workout or you go through the end of the day, your body wants to kind of stiffen up as you go through the day. I want you to use some static stretching to expand out your muscles, expand out your body back out. A lot of times once we are warm as well at the end of a workout, for example, we'll do static stretching because the muscles tend to be a little bit more pliable. I can work on my pliability in my muscles, getting them more flexible. It makes it a little bit easier when I do it at the end of my workout. So typically we'll start mobility in the beginning, so more movement-based type of flexibility, and then at the end of the workout I want to expand everything back out, which is some regular static stretching to get the muscles elongated and back open again. But I have to get this balance of, I have to have good flexibility and I need to balance that with good strength. And when I have those two things working together, and I can obviously have coordination in the middle to bind it all together, then I can produce better movement, more graceful movement, hopefully less pain in the body. I can expand the ranges of motion, and hopefully I'm going to get better workout and sport performance as well, because when I get my body more open, I get my body more flexible, it's better able to produce more power. It's like I'm turning the body into this elastic rubber band. I'm better able to produce more speed and power the more mobile and flexible that I am, but I have to make sure that I do both. I need both mobility with good movement and through good ranges of motion, and I need to do some static stretching. Typically mobility before the workouts earlier in the day, static stretching after workouts or later in the day before you go to bed, and that's typically the way that we do it from there. So I hope this helps you. Check out our website, FoleyHealthAndFitness.com, if you're interested in getting started with training, or we have some online coaching, or we have some books and courses that you go through. But if you're looking for help when it comes to your health and fitness, go ahead and check us out, FoleyHealthAndFitness.com.